Hello everyone, welcome to Bytesubil. In this video, we are going to learn one of the most important topics in Red Hat Enterprise Linux administration, the managing users and group in Red Hat 9. As you know, Linux is a multi-user process-oriented operating system. Every process runs under a particular user identity and a group identity. It will be a very practical video, and from the practical video we'll start learning how the things is happening. So first of all, I have logged in the Red Hat operating system 9. You can see this is the root, this is your username, and this is byte to be your host name, your machine name, and which directory I am in. This is the root directory I am in. So first of all things, as I say, Linux is a process oriented and multi-user operating system. So how can I check which process is run by which user and groups? So that is use ts minus ua. This is show the user. So you can see in here, this is the command is running by which user, this root. So you can restrict the this command, but if this user will be run or not. This is the main security and main fundamental target we have for a administration. To understand how we manage the users and groups, first of all, we have to learn what is the users, and then we will learn what is the groups, and then I will explore how many types of our users are exist, and what is the component among them, and then we will modify also according our needs. Then we will check. Same flow will happen in group. What is the types of the group and what is the component of the group, and we will be doing the modification and make the link between them. This is the main things. So first of all, I will come with one thing. This is the user. Before starting the user, one more things I'm going with. This is the ID. What is ID? Let's check. One second. I have to move to VM. If I press the ID, it will show me two fundamental things. That is UID. This is a unique identification of the user. So it's showing this value is 0. So I will come this root, that one what is root and things. And one more thing, this is the group ID. This is also unique, and it will also see for 0. In future, when I add the user, suppose user 01 when add, so I can check the comment using the ID username. This is the username, and it will show his information. So also you can see check which user you have logged in currently. So that command you will be use whoami. The root command, the root user are presently logging in. Now I explore one things. As I say, what is the users? Why you need the users? As I say, in Linux, in suppose you have in your operating system is running and you have login in, okay, and the other users if want to access the same operating system, so it might be things is there, there is some file is exist or any directory exists, there the user one is created, okay, now user 2 have to log in on it in same operating system or the same system, it can be manipulated data. To restrict about this, the which user will be can be login or not login and can be accessed or not. Suppose you have made one file in that one, you have shares with your team. So team can be modified it, but you want to them only the read access. No, don't any write access. So that can be things over here. This is the fundamental. Suppose we have shared with any group, the which groups can be can be see the things, the files or the directory or any particular process. Suppose I have run the whoami. So I don't want to give you the access that you can run that command is whoami. That can be done from here. So what is the users? Users create a boundary, the which process you can be run. This boundary will give you, and which users, that is the fundamental. You know, I'm giving the boundary that user or that process will be allowed by that one. So we have to assign that one name. So that's the username will come, and the lots of user will be coming in a big area. User one, user two. That will make a group. So how many types of users exist? Types of user. There is a three type of user will be exist. One is the super user. Super user you call the root. It has the full access over the system. Everything it can change, modify, everything. No restriction about it. How you understand the root user is UID will be always zero, starting from zero. Okay, and there is then some system user. System user, what is? So as you check that one, I said the Linux is a process oriented system. So whenever any process is start or any application is started, so which is the owner of the application, that time the system will be automatically generate a one user. This is called the system user. You cannot log in to this a system user, and it will be range from 1 to 99. Within that, we have no login access over there. When the process is end, the user also be can end. And third mode things is the normal user or the regular user. This is you will be created by administrator, and you will be make login over it. We'll check in very details, and if you check, this is a range from starting for 1000. And also if you I'll check in very details when you start the normal user, so you can modify it. Okay, its definition will check is the etc set log definition. Okay, now first check, as I say, the super user. Let's have, okay, one more thing. In the study of the user will be check two utility. One is etc dot password. This check the spelling. There is no wrd. PASSWD. Okay, this will hold the user information, not the password information. This is the most tricky. And one more thing will be most vital. etc dot shadow. It will be control the. You can say this is hold the user password. So more better, you will say the user secure information. This is the most fundamental thing. So as you know where I am, PWD. I'm in PWD. I'm in the root inside. So if I go over slash and then get check ls. So you can find there is an etc. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Now move to slash etc, then ls, and you can find many utilities. In this one, look, p. What is the password? 1 minute. Pa is that. That is the utility. That one. Okay. So if we make cat pawd, it will show the loss of information. We'll explore one by one. What is this is root, and what is a, so what is zero, and then root, then slash root, and bin bash. Everything will explore and modification. First, check that one just. So in short, you can see one more thing. This is starting with zero and the loss of user, and there is a no login. So basically, I move to the slash win. Basically, when you will try the cat command etc password, that will use. Okay, that's the same thing. And if you want to check the secure information, this is etc shadow. It can check the secure information about the users. So if I make tail minus n 10, that will be print the last 10 line of this utilities. Look, because when it's testing or add the user in multiple times, it will be make a short view of the things. So before adding the users, one more concept I want to add. You want to add the users. Suppose you can add by name is the Rahul or Rohit. So in example, I'm using as users one, two. So what is the command we'll use? And note one thing: every command will be run as a root privilege. Okay, in root user by you access this command users add. This is the command. This will be add the users. Before adding the user, one more thing I want to continue with you. Suppose you in cd slash home. So there is only one directory exists, that is Indrajit. Nothing is there. Okay. Now back and run the command user add as I say user one. Okay. I want to add one more user, name is user two. So user one, user two by any name accordingly. So just check in here home and let's check. There is two directories created. That is a user one and user two automatic created. So whenever I have switch from user one, this is the home directory. You can say everything now within that user one data will stay in here, user two, each personal data will be staying here. And this is the user already exists, each personal data, everything will be staying here. This is the make the boundaries. Okay. Don't overlap in your. So user one cannot be access the user two file and user two cannot be access the user one file. The same things in the root also. Root file cannot be accessed by any other users. This is the thing. So we have added one user. Now switching the users. So as I am in which user? Root user. Okay. Now I have to want to make the switch between the users, other users. That's I have login. This is the user one. So su command. This is the switch user command will be execute to switch between the user. So there's two things will be exist. That is su and su space dash. So what happened? Let's check. Suppose you are in root user. Okay, and which is your directory? As I say, my directory. Suppose sorry. Suppose I am in something cd slash etc. Okay. So what is my present directory? Slash etc. So I am making the switch to user one. So once I press the su user one, to automatically you check the this user is switch from here. Okay, and the directory is the same. You can check pwd at the same. So whenever I use the only the username So only the username has switched. Present directory both are same. Both are same. So you can check the command who am I? It's a user one. Okay. Now back to the root. To back to the root, we can use the exit or the control D. Okay. If you don't know the password, I'm back to the root user. You can see as you now. Now I'm pressing su space dash. What happened? Look. Once again, just once again I'm go over the things is dash su space dash user one. Okay. Look what's happened. I'm pressing the su minus dash. So whenever I press the dash the username in here, so the look. So understand that one su space dash username when I'm pressing dash the username is already changed. Okay, the username also the present directory is changed. What is this? Is in your home directory. This is the main fundamental things. Okay, when we change the su space dash one, the user will be changed. In that case, you will be assigned a new terminal login cell. You can say the login cell will be assigned to this user. That's the things. The environment is keep the same that one, no changes, but you have to assign the new terminal. So I back to the root user. Clear command. I hope this is clear. Switching between two users within SU only, you can move from user, no login ID change, SU space dash and then the username that will be changed. This is the fundamental. Okay. Now the we have created that one user one or an user two by using this command useradd. So we have to log in. So whenever we switching between two user, one user to one user, that user password needs to be there. So how can we change the password? The command is password. Look the spelling W. There is no WRD and the username only. So am I root user? Look user one password. So it's asking me the password. I'm pressing 1234. He is saying that is a bad password. The password is changed. Okay. So let's check. I'm switching to user 2. User 2 I'm not assigning any password, okay? Just only the user 1. I'm switching to user 1. So who am I? You are user 2. Okay, now I want to switch it to user 1. Is asking the password. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean user 1. So I want to change the password of user 2. That I am able to do. Sorry, 2. No, password only can be set in the specific username. This is a beauty. So root can only change. And the user 2 have not any privilege to change the password. This is the main fundamental one we're trying to say that what's the importance of the group and the user, that this user have not privilege, that one. So I'm back to the root user. is asking the password, the wrong password I have entered. Okay. Now we'll explore the user properties. The user properties what is stored as I said in etc password. Okay. Now I have to make the copy that one. One more thing, suppose that's in one user is created, as you see this value and this value. Okay, just let's make in one copy only on this. What is written in here? User one and then x, then 1001, colon 1001. Then is there is in one page. This is a space is there. Okay, that one. And this is the home user one. Then bin there. Okay. Now understand. This is the username is the login name. By this login, you are logging in the that user. This is the marks ID. This 1001 is the UI, unique identification number, and this is the primary group ID. Okay, this is the comment. This place will be comment. There is no comment is inserted, so that one will be insert the comment in here. This is the home directory of this user. Home directory, and this is the login cell name. Which login cell using? So if you want to make the changes, is user one. There is a command option will be used -l. If you want to change the user ID, so the option will be used -u small u, and this is for -g, for command -c, for directory -d, or you can also m. We'll check that one, and for login cell -s. Small s. Huh? So that's the thing. So let's change. As I have modification, this user and all be done using user mode. Then the option and the which value. Okay, you can say the value and the which username. In this format you will be used. Okay, suppose I have written the user one. Okay, now you want to say that the login cell. Look, let me click this click. The login cell you have used inserted. This is user one. Okay, now make change to Rahul. So how can I do? Look, I mean the root user, because the only the root have the privilege to change that one. Okay, so command will be use user mode. Then I say there is an option. I need to change the login name. Okay, -l. What will be the my target value? Rahul. Of which user I want to apply? This is the user one. Sorry, my spelling mistake. Okay, already in use in 4652. That's why it's giving the error. Okay, no issue. I have to stop that process, but we can apply to the user 2 also. Okay, that's one to think. User add user 3, because we have just between the switch between that two user. That's why the process is running over there. So I have to make a new user 3, and user mode minus L Rahul. So I need to check the properties. Cat dct slash, you can see in here Rahul is exist. There is a no. Now I need to switch to user 3. If I say as I inserted, there is no command is found, because the command, the login name is coming as a Rahul. So if you switch to Rahul, you will to switch. I mean Rahul. So I have to exit from here to exit. So if you want to change, no, I don't need the name in Rahul. I want to change back as a user 3, from Rahul to user 3. So same process will be applied. How? As I say, the last three command we want to check that one. The suppose the tail that one, tail minus n, and to check the last 5 line. Which directory? Which utility? Password. Will show the last 3 line or 4 line. Okay. I am changing Rahul to user 3 minus L. Your required name is user 3, and our target user Rahul. That's thing. So you can again check minus n last 3 value, which utility, password is back to the user. Now you said I don't want the user ID as an operation need, we need this value change. So 1003 can be changed like user mode minus u, and to start with 2000. Which user? User 3. Spell mistake. User 3. So check that one. Tail minus n last 3. Which utility? Password. Cat etc. Password. Look, the 2000 is changed. The same way, you want to change the group ID also. The group might be exist. Suppose the one group is exists 1002, and to check that one, tail minus l, that's change. So you want to back the 1003. So same things, you go minus g, option group minus 3 user 3, and the tail, the same thing seems to happen. So here is the important utility I'm sharing with you. This is the cat etc. There is some log def is there, yes, login def, that login def. Look, there is a minimum and maximum value is written in here. Once again, this is the group ID minimum value. You can edit in your choice value. This is the 1000. That's why it's starting from 1001, 1002, and 1003. If I edit value is the like the 5000, it will be start generating. So I'm making that one changes etc login def. 1 minute, let me go over there. Five thousand. Okay, then save it. Okay, now add one more user. Let's check which user ID is starting. User add user 4 till minus n 5. You see, look, start from 5,000. It's preferable that you not make any changes in that file, but we can modify it. Okay, now we have done so far done the login modification of the login name, modification of the user ID and the group ID. One more thing, this is a comment. Suppose we have added one user 3 as a software developer. Okay, so how you can comment that one? So comment is user mode minus c soft dev. Which user? User 3. So you can check by that one till minus n last 5 lines if you see. Be careful. Look, the software developer is coming. Okay, suppose you want to change the user mode comment user 1 as a admin 1 user mode comment c for comment and user 2 as a admin 2 user 2. So let's check how the impact. Etc password. Look, everything user 1 user 2 have admin, but you think that user 2 is not a admin 2. You have wrongly changed, so you can modify it over again. Suppose user mode you want to check the username to as manager minus t manager. So simply user 2. So check that one. My spell mistake. This is the manager. His value is updated in here. You don't want to give any name to user 2 or user 2. So then simply put the blank user mode minus c. Thus double quote. Nothing. User 2. This will be there. Correct the syntax. C minus double quotation then space user 2. No changes because I have not changed anything. So check that one. Tail minus in last 5 etc. Spell mistake again. Look, there is a nothing is inside it. Okay. Now we have to change the directory. Suppose by automatically when you add the user, it will be saved is directory under the home, but you don't want. You want in your specific. You can move to ls home. Okay. Now make one directory, new lab. You want putting this you want to inside the new lab, you want to make any changes. Okay, suppose you have make the new directory as Rahul or new user, new user one, empty directory. Okay, what is the pwd? My motto is that what I'm done, I want to change the directory, user directory. So initially it is the home, then the username. I want to change that one. I mean under the root, new lab, under the new user. Within the directory it will be changed. This is the my motto. So how can I do? Is enter D directory. How we can change the same user mode minus D, the new directory path, new lab, within the new user one, which user suppose for user 3. Okay. Now let's switch to the user 3. No, before that I want to check the directory is changed or not. Tail minus in 5 clear tcc password. Yes, the directory is the change. This is a software developer is the command name, and the new lab in new user that is the. And to check that on from by login to that user also, user 3. Okay, who am I? User 3. My pwd. This is the home directory. That one. This saying and the new lab one. So I'm making the exit from here. Okay. So suppose you have made changes. No, I don't want that one. So I want to back that one folder. User 3 that one. So same command will be done at that. User mode minus D, and the home directory is home slash user 3. Which user? User that one. I'm back to that one command. Okay. Now you can check tail minus n 5 etc password. Sorry, my spell mistake. Look, user 3 has been changed. The same will be impact by using when you log in to the user 3. This is things. So what happened? We have to create. I have created that folder. Then I have make the directory changes. One more thing I want to share with you. Look, the how the property is being changed. One thing. If you go to the home and ls minus la, look the user 3 as I said. This is the user property managed by user 3, and the so this is the group owner. This is user 3. But I have created that one in the live lab new user, that one back that onto ls minus ld. So sorry, new user that directory I have created. Who is the owner? Root, and this is the root. This is the permission will be the impact. So you said no, I don't want any create any directory. I'm doing directly login. that can be used for user mode using -m new one for which user? User 3. Suppose I'm changing for user 3 only. Move command. This is the move content of home directory to the new location. Use only with -d. Okay. The content of the home directory to the new location use only. Okay. This is the most fundamental things happen. And one more things we have skipped. This is the login cell. So whenever we log in, get that etc password. So you can see as it's been no login. It means you cannot be login that one. So in user 3 we are able to log in because we have been bashed. This terminal or login cell is assigned to us. That's why. If I change that one, you cannot be login. So how can I do that? User mode for login cell changing -s is the option. Then is been no login. No login. Which user? User 3. Now check. There is no login. Okay. Now I want to switch to user 3. This account currently not available. It's not allowing me to log in. But again, how we can enable that one? So it is clear that the root user or admin can don't give you the login cell for login. That's the things. User mode -s and to give you the login terminal bash user 3. So check that one, get etc password. Yes, login is there. So you can log in user 3. Who am I? User 3. That's the things, the fundamental of the login user information. Up to we have covered. One more thing is that I'll share with you. Two things will be there. That is, I have created that user. Okay, 1 minute. I have created that one user and to make that delete. Okay. If I there is an one command user del. If you paste the user on one only, then the user will be deleted. But whenever the user is being created, there is in so many directories linked. Suppose there is a home directory, what is data, and within the live there will be data and everything. So only that data will be not deleted. To delete the user del, we use the recursive R and then the user. Then the complete all the things will be deleted. In the end of the lab, will be delete that one. Two more things is have left for account. This is the lock and unlock. Okay, lock and unlock will be do during the secure information. Back to the etc shadow. It is a shadow. This is the store the user secure information. Okay. So let's browse the cat.etc shadow. Look, What we have done so far, when you created user 1, we have assigned a password. Remember, using the password command. For user 2, user 3 and user 4, all have created, no password is assigned still now. Okay, so what is the big changes? You look in here. This is the username. Okay, and after that there is a username, user 3 and user 4 properties is being shared. You can see there is an encrypted value from that one to that. Okay, but user 2, user 3 don't have any such value. After that there is an one value, then 0, same, and then 7 dot data 1. So what is this? This is your password which is being encrypted in this format. And if you have not assigned any password for user 2 and user 3, that's why nothing is showing. So let's change the password. Okay, for user 2 also, or I'm assigning the password to user 2. So which command will be used? Password. PASSWD. User 2. I'm changing the password. 1234 1234. So let's check. Oh, sorry. It is that. Look, once I applied the password, the encrypted value is stored in your. That's why it is impossible to crack the password in Linux operating system. I've just put a 1234. Here, one more thing. This is the 6 value. Is being the ASCII algorithm of SH 512. This 6 represent SH 512. Let's experiment one more things before move to the these details. Okay, it will very easy. Okay, locking and unlocking account. How can I do? For locking, use -L. For unlocking, capital U. Okay, -UU for UID. That one. So how can I do? The same thing, same format. Okay, look the changes in here. Okay, it's a dollar symbol only. Okay, I'm locking the user one. User mod minus capital L. For small L, changing the login name. User one. Now check the what changes you have to observe. You see, there is no exclamatory symbol over there. Okay, this is unlocked, and this is that one. Sorry, that one. That symbol make you understand this account is being locked. Lock means what? That symbol. I want to log in user one. I'm a root user. That's why I meant to log in. If I want to make to the user 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the password, then I want to log in user 1. I'm pressing the password 1, 2, 3, 4. account not be available. Authentication failure. That's why. So whenever any root account is there, you can log in to any access. Is the full average. But I have logged that one, user one I have logged. So whenever the from other users you are trying to log in, this user being seen as logged. So how can I log in again to root user? You want to try with the root user, user mod command. Let's check this have the privilege or not. User made user one. So user mode cannot be locked. It is for a try again later. Password permission denied. So back to the root user. Exit. Exit. I mean root user. Which user? User one. Okay. Now check that value also. Straight up. Look. User one. That exclamation symbol is here. User one. There is no symbol. This means account is being unlocked. Let's try. Switch to user 2 direct. Now you try to switch in user 1, asking the password 1234. Who am I? I mean user 1. I hope this being clear. Okay, locking and unlocking is clear. Now we need to understand that one. Let's draw some things. One minute. How the format is being written. Okay. Suppose for user 3 only I'm trying. User 3, there is a two value 691 slash 0 slash 99 slash 7 and then 3 dot. You mean 3 place dot. Okay. Okay. Now note that this is the day number. All the things is being day. Okay. Not a date. Day number. And the day is calculating from the day the unique has been started. 1st January 1997. So how can I keep internet? Two section has been clear. This is the user one. This is the login username that has been clear. In this field, we have checked that is a encrypted password is being stored in here, and this is the password is being changed from that day. Okay, and this is the minimum day. This is the maximum day, and this is field for warning. These for inactive, expired, and reserved. That one for reserved. So how can we, let's make a diagram. Suppose there is an 192.70.01.01. From day, how many days after the password is being changed? This is a 20691 date. All being calculated from date only. This is the value. Okay. Once you have set this password, suppose we have changed the password. Today is suppose 2026. You have been changed into some day 2026.01.01. Okay. That day the password is being changed. Then this field said the minimum day said that after you have been changed that password, after how many days again you can change the password. This is the minimum day. Suppose here is the value is 0, means you have changed the password again. You can change at any time. But if I say the value is the suppose a 5, so if you have changed the password, then after 5 days again you can just change the password. That's the thing. This is the maximum day. These are things is that you have changed the password after how many days without changing the password the account will not be locked, need not to be changed. That's the value. This is the value as 999999. Okay. If this value is blank, we paste the blank, the password will be not be being expired. Now suppose that will be I said after 1 year you are making the within that one your password make to have to change. Okay, 1 year. But your password will be expired. There must be a notification. You want how many days before the notification is being stored. This is the warning. Suppose you want to say before 15 days, it show me the warning. There's the things. This is the warning. It will show before 15 days. Okay. Suppose you have forgot, you change the password after the crossing the maximum days also. Then the what must be do? The account must be logged, but the administration can be give you the privilege that you have not forget your password change. How many days your account still be can be live. This is the interactive key. That one. After that, the password will be expired. So we have changed the password. Minus D option will be used for the minimum how many days the password can not be changed of the one password being is changed. This is the minimum value. This is the maximum value. How many days your password or user account will be live. This is the maximum. Before how many days it give you the warning before the 15 days. After your password being expired or crossing the maximum value, how many days staying. This is the interactive value. Okay. So we will change that one. Before that, I want to check one more thing. Suppose for useradd, we command as useradd for if information is saying in here etc password is secure information coming inside the shadow. Okay. For user modification, you use as user mod command. Okay. That modification we can do for this. So you want to modify that one. So which will we use? CHAG change aging. Not the is the change aging. CHAG, that one. So let's get back in lab. you want to check that value are coming. Before that, and check one date command. So it's showing me today date. Okay, so I want to print want only date only. So that's why is that percentage capital F. It will show me the only the date, today date only, in YYY format. So you want to make the difference between, as I said, the how can I calculate that one 1970 that one from any particular date make the difference. So how can I do? Suppose today date is 2026 08 and 26. You want to make 30 days advance. What will be the, so what will be that one date minus the, so into advance 30 days, that's why plus 30 days. I want to print only the date, that's why plus is that one. Okay, show me the next 30 days value. Show me the expired date, ch, that will be the base silver skin sack to be used. Thirty days plus f percentile. Suppose which user want to change that one. Now let's check cat.etc shadow. Look, these days the user will be expired that day. To change the expired date, we'll use minus e command. You want to check that the user password policies. So last password changes today we have changed already that one. Password expired. Password will be not be expired anytime because the value is 999. Password inactive days we have not set anything. Will be changed that one. Account expired we have already changed using the command minus e, and minimum number of days between the password change 0, 0 and 7. That we can change that one also. Look, and to change minimum day at 5, maximum days I'm keeping as an after 90 days maximum, and before it will be show me warning, it will be w capital. 7 days before it is showing interactive day 2 of which user 1. Okay, now check ch minus user policies, password policies. Okay, look, and you can check via that also shadow how is appearing. Look, this is the login username, this is the password encrypted value, this is the password changing that one minus 5. I have changed is the minimum. Look in here, one second. I have changed the password. Okay, I give the minimum value as 5. This means after 5 days only I can be change the password. I'll be experiment all three. How many days password will be maximum? Not need to be changed. Need not to be changed. 90 days. How many days before it will show me the warning value? This is 7. After changing, after expiring the password also, the 2 days will be remain active, and there that date one password will be expired. That's the thing. And this will for keep as reserve in future purpose. So I'm trying to change the password. Simple. As I'm logging in, you must wait too longer to change the password because I have changed the 5. If I make it 0, immediately I can be changed in here. So backend chag minus n port which user 1. So ch minus l sorry minus l which user 1. The password expired date you can check, number of now 0. Okay, now back to the user 1. I'm changing the password 1234 new password. I hope this being clear. So there is one important thing I have missed. That's one. Suppose if you any user you have created, okay, user for is created. You want when the first user will be login, the user change will be password immediately. How can we do? If I set minus d value means the which the password is being changed. That one last password change minus d. Okay. If I set minus d value is equal to 0, it will be asked to the user change the password immediately. That day, that d is equal to 0. If first login, user will be asking to 0. One more concept I want to add that suppose any organization, okay, user 4 is working and is working days, last working days as 2026, suppose 0826. You want the account will be automatic log, okay, at that day, last working days, automatic. So how can we do this? So that command I have used usermod minus l, that one second. I think this command is usermod minus l, then the expire date it will be, and to make the log, that's why the capital L, it will be capital L. Yes, minus e for expire date and the last working days value. Suppose I have pressed 2026 0, suppose 0, and to make the last working days as 09 or 08 06. Let's press 5. Any user of who is user 1. Okay, let's check to user 2. and switch to user 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the authentication failure because we have set yesterday. Okay, that's why. Let's browse what inside is cat dot etc setup. So this account is locked because this symbol is appear. Okay, check the policy. Who is user? User 1. Okay, password expired August. That one. You can make his unlock also. By how? User mode minus u user 1. Let's check the properties. User being unlocked. Okay, that's the things. It is very much important. How can we do that? So that we have done using user mode. We are making the lock. That's why minus e option for expire and the target date and the username. Okay, that's been clear. Sorry. I hope this has been clear. What is this? So far, just make the one summarize. Okay, let's pick. Okay, and to make one summarize, please. The user, as you see, there is a three type of user. As I said, this is the super user, root. Always the UID is equal to 0, and then the system user, UID being 9999, and then the regular user. Okay, start from 1000, but you can be modified in etc slash login diff, that utilities. You can modify the UID minimum, UID max. So whenever we trying to access the user properties, we have to log in etc password, that properties. And when we want to try to access the secure information, we have to log in etc shadow, that one. So what we did so far, user add is the command. So user name to add the user. What will be the user name properties or home directory basically will be stored under the home directory. One second. Sorry. Within the home directory, user name will be there. By default, it will be stored here. Okay. And to modify, okay, one more thing, within etc password we have seen the user properties such as login name, then marks ID, this is the X value, then that will be one UID, user unique identity, then the group ID value, then there is a blank position, it will see as a comment, and then the home directory of user, and there is a login cell name. How can we can be modification is been done using the user mod command. User mod command. How? There is an option and then the value and the which user, the target username is being user. So how can we done the login value name minus small l? Okay, and this is small u, small g, group ID change, comment for C, home directory minus D, and login cell for minus S. And one more user mode we have used. This is the lock. This is the unlock. For lock minus L, unlock minus U. For lock, what you will see, there is an exclusive symbol in the shadow value, and there will be no lock. This thing so far, and within the etc shadow, what we have seen, there is the login name, then is the encrypted password, like is the 63, this is the SHA value, and after that the login ID change minus D option is used. After this, the minimum days after the login password has been being changed, how many days after again you can change the password. This is the minus M, this is the minimum value, minus minus capital M. This is the how many days after maximum you cannot be change the password and your account being active. This is the that one. This is a warning day. Password is being expired. How many days is show the warning? That one. And after that, the interactive health day. Your password is being expired or need to be password changed, but your account still be unlocked, but you can access. That's the and then the expire value and the future that one was okay. So how can we do that? Using the command change age, change aging. That's the things users so far. No, back to the group groups. Okay. So as you understand the users like that, groups have two types of group. One is the primary group, one more is the secondary group. Now, what is group? If you somebody ask me what is the group, so suppose there is a one user, two, three, four. You want to make a set over there that user is falling in the same category, being a administrator, and some other group falling as a this category. Suppose they are all the developer, okay, and they are all the managers. Suppose there one on file or any process you want to give them access. So one by one, by default giving the access, it is better then make them in only one group and give access to that particular group. Okay, like that one. You want to give in one particular access for a particular lots of user receptor, and within that group we make one as a admin who can operate over there. Admin, we give as a special access to that one. Like that, the user groups concept is coming. So as I said, there is a two types of user. One is the primary user, one is the secondary user. What is primary? As I see, whenever we created any user or any system user is generated, automatically one group will be generated. That group belongs to those particular user only. When this user or the process will be die, this group also be vanished, like that one. And the secondary group will be created by admin. So like that user information is stored in particular utility like the password and the shadow. The group will be also stored like that one. So first of all, I want to create one group. It is a group. Permission denied. Oh, sorry. Cat. No, cat that one. Okay. Look, these all are the group information. Within that, it is a group. All the group information will be stored in here. It is a group. Look, the format. You have changed one user, you have created that one user, that value, and the corresponding user group ID. User 2 corresponding that primary group ID. User 3 user group ID. User 4 that group ID. The same all the process has been changed. This is the primary group ID already created. Now, and to make one secondary group, okay. What is the command? Group, like the user add, same command group add. Okay. Then the group name grp1. Suppose I'm giving the is the grp1 is the group name. Group name. Let's check. Cat etc group. Okay. Look, the group is created and this account has been created and there is no member. Listen one cat etc. Like the password is being set in GSATO or the secure information is being set saved in user. Like the group information will be stored in your secure information in GSATO. Look that there is nothing is group based. So what to understand that one group information and the one more command is so I'm writing here etc g shadow that information will be stored in here. Okay, now the group is been created, so group have some member. There is a nothing member is in here. So then how can we add the member? For adding we'll use -a. Okay, and how the syntax will be g password is the command, then the option -a, and then the username. Which user I want to add in which group ID? I mean which group name is the syntax. But by using -a only at a one time only one user can be inserted. But you want multiple user need to be inserted at one time. Then capital M command will be used. But the problem is that if you use -m initially suppose group 1 have already one user, okay, user 1 is inserted in here, so whenever we use -n the user 1 will be removed automatically. So for that purpose you have to full set of the username, full set multiple set of the username will be inserted in here, then the group name. Let's insert the group name. The command is g and to add one user 1 in which group grp1 Okay, it's showing just adding user group 1 to group. Let's check the properties. It's saying that one user is added in here. Okay, and let's check the cat etc this add one user created. I want to add one more user, user 2. So the command is g password. Don't be confused with g password and this add. G password will be using to add the user in here. Okay, minus m user 2 and which group? Group 1. Adding user 2. Okay, I want to check the etc group. User and user 2 is created, and you can check in here also. Sorry, it's created. Let's check with the problem with capital M. I have already the two members in group 1. This is user 1 and user 2. Now I want to add 3 and 4 using minus m command. User 3 comma user 4 in which group? Group 1. Okay, now check. Look, user 1 and user 2 is being deleted when I'm using user minus m command. So that purpose we have to do, I have to insert all the old member of this group. So how can I do? G minus capital M, user 1 is the member, user 2 also the member, user 3 also the member, user 4, all the complete set of list I have to add in here. Else the older value will be deleted. That value will go. And which group? Group 1. Now check that one. Look, user 1, user 2, user 3 and user 4 is being inserted in here. Okay, now I want to change, make a group admin user 1. So making a group admin, minus a is the option, admin, group admin. So all this being necessary when we do the practical lab in the file permission is very much important. Which group? Okay, now check the two things in here. It is a group, is a group information always showing, but whenever we browse the utility, it is the shadow. You can check the admin name is inserted in here. Sorry, my mistake. Shadow. Look, this thing is being inserted in here. Okay, look, earlier things is check that one. There is nothing inserted in here. Okay, only the user one, that one, and being compared with it. Sorry, that not one. It is one second. Let's make it again and make it clear. You want no one will the group admin over there. So put something blank only. Nothing is. It in single quote blank only. Here we want. Okay. Now check tail minus last two lines are only check that one. Which target it is a shadow this shadow for group. What you find in group one? Look that one. That field is being blank. Okay. I want to set on user one as a group admin, user one in group one. I want to check that one. Look, user in being added as a group one. So if you don't want to make any group one admin, anyone admin, to put it as simple blank. So one more thing, we have thing left: group admin, group user, group password, and you can be change, remove admin, done. That are the things. Okay, one more field is left. That one. Ah, the password. You want to set a group password. Then the normal user command is the password only, and for changing the password of group one, new password 1234, new password 1234. Now check that one. Tail minus n to etc g shadow. Look, this is the group one password is being set in here. Okay. So if I make a delete, so understand that one. If I make the delete of the group, the group member will not be delete. Okay, not will delete. If you make the delete, the group delete the user from that member parts also, the user will be deleted. So there is a last two command is the group delete, then the group name, and then we make the user delete. Okay. So that one I want to delete that group. Group is deleted. Let's check in cat etc group information and to check that one. There is no group one is exist, but user are exist. Okay. Let's delete the user del minus r user 4. Let's check how we can check the user information in etc password. User 4 is deleted. Same like that. User del minus r user 3. Similar command user del. Oh sorry. Okay. Correct. User del minus r user 2 cannot be deleted. I have to switch over there. Switch user 2. That makes it exist, and then I can run. I have to kill that process after that and can be deleted over there. Okay, I'll delete in some later. So back to the group again, make the summary of the group value. Okay, make the summary of the group. The group is a subset or the lots of user in same category 1, 2, 3, 4, and then make the group for a particular process or file. Give some access or no operation by prospective administration. That's a group. Two types of group are coming. One is the primary group, one is the secondary group. These are created by admin, and primary group associates with the system or the user whenever it's created, being created. Okay. So admin group, sorry, any group information will be stored in here etc group utility. Within that, it will show the member list over there. You have to add the group. The command is user. This is a secondary group. Huh? Secondary group. Sorry, group add command will be used and the group name. Okay. Now you want to add the member. So G password. Then small a. If you small a, then the member name or the username and the group name. Minus symbol multiple user 1, user 2, user 3 and group name. Remember, this is a set of block. If anything is missing, then that will be Wi-Fi from here only. Capital A for admin. Okay. And group information, secure information will be show G shadow utility. You can check in here. So same pattern, it will be say group name, then the password encrypted, and then the admin name, and then the member list. Okay, and the group delete is the command group name. That's the thing. We'll next continue the file permission and its operation. Thank you for watching.